Welcome beautiful people, Acoustic is here, and today I wanted to share with you some Cyberpunk 2077 2.0 update details, which is huge by the way, so let's get to it. Now let's jump straight into the 2.0 update information, which is presented on this page. As you can see, there are two pages. I will be linking them in the description below, but we'll start with this one. So this is the biggest Cyberpunk 2077 update, and it is free for everyone, unless you're on a last gen console, of course. So it comes to the PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, but unfortunately not for the last gen consoles. So there are four major changes in this patch, which are police system, vehicle combat, cyberware, and perks. Police system gets revamped really hard. So basically, now police is more aggressive, more smart, more everything, to be honest. I already tried the update, and fighting with the police became really fun. If you cause enough trouble, they will send out max tech, and honestly I wasn't able to defeat any max tech squads. I killed maybe one or two max tech soldiers, but I wasn't able to kill the max tech squad as a whole. Next is vehicle combat, which is really fun, also really fun. I wasn't expecting it to be this fun. So now you're able to shoot from the cars, you're able to shoot or slash the tires of the cars, you can use your melee weapons while on the bike. It looks like hilarious. You're riding a bike and with your katana you can slash enemies. I don't see the application for this, but it looks really fun. And there are also new cars in the game which has weapons, miniguns, rocket launchers, and you can shoot with those guns from the vehicle itself, and it is much more fun than it should be, in my opinion. Next one is Cyberware. They completely revamped the Cyberware system. Now you have limit to amount of the Cyberware you can wear. As you can see on this screenshot on the left side, there is now a limit for your Cyberware, and each piece of Cyberware costs some of this resource. You cannot get limitless Cyberware right now, but there are several perks in the game now that allows you to increase the amount of Cyberware that you can wear. Also, they revamped the armor system in the game, so now all the armor you gain is through the Cyberware and not through the clothes, because clothes right now they're just visuals. Next one is perks. That is the biggest change in my opinion. They completely redesign all of the ability trees, all of the skills. Looking at those trees, I feel really excited, and I actually want to replay this game like 3 or 4 more times, because I haven't tried Netrunner builds, I haven't tried like solo builds, I haven't tried smart weapon builds, I haven't tried like just regular assault builds. I haven't tried anything right now, so I'm really interested. Okay, now this is the exact patch notes for the update 2.0. They are more detailed, and we'll go through them real quick. You can continue playing from existing saves, but CD Projekt Red encouraged us to start a new save because game changed so much that you kinda have to replay the game to understand whole new system, how it works, and etc, etc. And on September 26, those who bought the Phantom Liberty expansion would be able to jump straight into the story with a new character that is already adequately leveled up. So like with the Witcher DLCs, you will be able to just start the expansion if you wanna. PC system requirements were changed. I will show the new system requirements on the screen right now, so take a look at those. Yeah, pause if you want. Let's go further. And now to the full list of changes. So combat system. NCPD will chase you when you commit a crime, whether on foot or in a vehicle. The types of units in pursuit and their behavior will depend on your NCPD wanted level. These chases can include various NCPD vehicles, roadblocks, and max tech swooping in with a whiz. Now when you go through the street, you see a lot of police officers. There were several before on some crime scenes, but now there are a lot of them. They're patrolling the streets like in GTA, and if you start fighting with them, things can go south really quick. If you kill like a couple of patrols, maybe 2, 3, you will be already 5 stars, and it will be a real mess. It will get hectic. It will be real fun if you have what it takes to actually fight them. And new police is really fun, and I wasn't expecting this to be this fun, because I wasn't wasn't a big fan of the, police chases in GTA, so I've never fight with the police in the Cyberpunk. And if in the end you can like escape them, you will be rewarded with a lot of experience, which is also great. Okay, now vehicle combat. There are now several vehicles with guns, and you can shoot from those guns. I mostly used it when I stole police cars, and some of those had miniguns and rocket launchers, and it was really fun. For some reason, I don't know why, but it was really fun. Also now could try shooting from your own weapons from the car and flash or shoot the tires of other cars, and you can also melee combat on motorcycle, which is weird but fun. Yeah, combat AI enhancements. I fought several NPCs, several gangs, and it feels like enemies are more alive right now, but still not as not as good as I expected to be. It says that NPC reactions to grenades improved. In my experience, it hasn't. Yeah, this is the most fun part. Enemies equipped with Sandevistan Cyberware will now activate it to counter a player who uses their own. Actually, I encountered it with max tech squads. It was something, to be honest. Game feels more alive with those, but regular enemies not improved as much, to be honest. Okay, now Netrunning changes. I haven't played a Netrunning build like ever in this game, so I'm not sure what to tell you. So they kind of rebalance the whole thing, rebalance RAM cost, damage, upload time, everything. Okay, and health items and grenades now have a limit number of charges that recharge over time after being used. That is a change I wish came for Starfield 2, to be honest, because having 300 of these heals in your inventory is just dumb. It gave you more like flexibility if you want to pop 10 heals at a time, which is totally happened to me. But now you have 3 charges on most of the heals and 2 charges on most of the grenades, and you just have to wait before they cool down. Also, stamina is no longer drained outside of combat for actions like sprinting, sliding, and jumping. Stamina is drained when firing ranged weapons or attacking with melee weapons. Stamina cost varies by weapon. So basically now you can infinitely run, infinitely sprint, jump, double jump, everything. But now you drain stamina while shooting. I'm not sure what to tell you. It sounds strange to me, but whatever. They also say they rebalance the base game's main boss fights. I haven't tried those, but I hope those are more fun right now, because to be honest, I can't remember a single boss from the Cyberpunk base game, except for Adam Smasher, but just because he was like at the end of the game. But all of those were pretty bland and not interesting at all. I hope they are now. Now, coming to perks and skills. That is a huge change, huge change. A complete perk tree overhaul. Just, you have to see this to believe this, actually. This tree now contains fewer perks, but impact gameplay in a more meaningful way. Progressing in a given perk tree will allow you to unlock special abilities such as overclock mode for netrunners, bolt shots for tech weapons, adrenaline rush ability for body focus character builds, and so on. Because CD Projekt Red introduced extensive changes to the perk system, our spent perk points on existing playthroughs have been refunded. You can also choose to reset your attributes once. So basically, I just loaded my old save and the point of no return, and yeah, I remade my build completely because I played like samurai build with a lot of cold blood stacks and stuff like this. Cold blood was removed, which left me kind of like grasping the air and not understanding what to do now. But I explored all the trees and rebuilt my trees completely. It's still a katana build, it's still like high mobility build, but it's a little different right now. They also merged the previous skills into 5 new ones: Headhunter, Netrunner, Shinobi, Solo, and Engineer. Those are not restricted by their corresponding attribute level now. So on existing playthroughs, our progression on all skills has been transferred to those new counterparts. Skills unlock new passive buffs every 5 levels and can be leveled up to a max of 60. Actually, I think it became more fun with those new skills. They are not restricted by the attributes level anymore, so you can get level 60 on all of them, which is insane. You can get a lot of new attribute points. Now, also you can refund each perk individually for free instead of all perks at once for a price. And new shards of progression, blah blah blah, haven't seen those. Now, moving on to Cyberware. Armor is now provided primarily by Cyberware. As a result, clothing's purpose is mostly cosmetic. Clothing items no longer have mod slots, and only some items provide bonuses. I haven't seen those yet, but I think those will be really rare. The number of Cyberware implants your body can handle is now determined by your Cyberware capacity. Cyberware implants are now attuned to specific attributes. The higher the attribute, the stronger the stat bonus. So basically, if you have some cyberware implant, for example, it's body cyberware implant, and for each point in the body, you will get like 1 HP. So basically, if you have 20 in body, you will be able to get 20 HP. That is addition to the cyberware implant bonus itself. Some cyberware slots can be unlocked by acquiring specific perks. It is in Technician, I think, perk tree. Visiting Reaper Dogs is now more immersive, and getting cyberware installed, you sit on the operating chair and experience different animations depending on the type of implant. In my case, I visited a Reaper Dog 2 times, and I haven't seen those animations, but I've seen them on Twitter and on Reddit, but I'm not sure why my game is like that, so I can show you, unfortunately. There is also a new side quest introducing the new cyberware system for players who load an older save on the 2.0 update. I've completed it. It's straightforward. You go to Reaper Dog, you talk to him, you upgrade your cyberware in a couple of clicks. They show you how it works right now, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, moving to weapons. This one is the really fun one, because the first equip animation can now be triggered at any time. On PC, you can hold B or double tap Alt while the weapon is holstered, PlayStation double tap triangle while the weapon is holstered, and on Xbox double tap Y while the weapon is holstered. It's a nice quality of life feature. Smoke grenades were added to the game, melee weapon finishers were added to the game. Those are pretty much the same animations as you had before, but now it's a finisher, it's a thing. You have to click separate button for it, and if you have some points in some trees, you can get some bonuses if you finish some of your enemies. You can now find a thermal katana in the game. Haven't seen these. Added new weapon mods and reworked some existing ones. Once installed in a weapon, mods are irreplaceable. Pretty much weapon mods changed a lot. In my experience, a lot of weapons lost their mod slots for some reason, and they are now not like they were before. You can no longer install silencer on the revolver. You can no longer install scope on the light machine gun. They also implemented a new way to craft weapon mods. To craft a mod, you must first have 2 mods of lower quality. The issue is in my crafting menu, I have legendary mods recipe and I need 2 purple ones, and I don't have purple ones, and I don't have a recipe for purple ones, so I'm not sure how should I craft those anymore. But I'm sure it's somewhere below. But they also reworked the loot system as a whole, and now those weapon mods, quick hack mods, everything of those just drop from the enemies. So I think you can just loot them, maybe even buy them. Now, talking about vehicles, they reworked traffic, which is now pretty dense and feels more alive. NPC drivers are more alive, they're avoiding you more, they act more naturally, to be honest, and that pretty much sums it up. Yeah, also this is nice quality of life change. You will no longer have text from fixers about vehicles up for sale. You either go to your apartment, to your computer, or you go to the gas station or repair shops, just interact with the computer and you can buy any car you want. Pretty straightforward, pretty nice. I loved it. Also, they basically revamped the whole vehicles movement, steering, acceleration, torques, everything. I drove several cars, several motorcycles. I think it drives more naturally, more pleasant right now, but I don't have much to say because I mostly used motorcycles through all of my playthrough because it is small and you can go between the cars. Okay, now they also revamped the balance and economy. All NPCs now scale to your level. I'm not sure, is it good, is it bad? You should check it out, but usually I'm not a big fan of auto-scaling of the enemies. Rebalance game difficulty to increase the challenge at higher difficulties. As I've heard before, on the highest difficulties, game is not that hard anyway, so they addressed the issue. I hope the game became more harder for people who want a more challenge. Weapons. Weapons now scale damage based on their tier. The damage for smart weapons has been lowered, but they now benefit from dedicated perk. In my experience, I had a couple of smart weapons in my inventory, tried smart weapons, and they are still good. And with perks, I think they are great. Loot now scales to your level, removed excessive findable loot in the game, such as loot that distracts from scenes and quest locations, such as dildos, as you may remember. And NPCs no longer drop clothing. Crafting and upgrading now require only one type of component instead of multiple types. Yeah, so basically if you craft like legendary loot, you need legendary components. If you craft epic loot, you need epic components, rare components, etc, etc. Vendors, you can now access the wardrobe feature through clothing vendors. Vendor stocks scale with your level, expanding as you reach a new tier. Updated vendor stocks, so they each has a more distinctive theme and specialization. Vendors no longer sell quick hack and crafting components, adjusted the prices of weapons, cyberware, apartments, clothing, and more. Every vendor now has lots of money, but they sell exactly the things they are expected to sell. Audio. There are 3 new radio stations right now: Gural FM, Impulse 99.9, and Darkstar 107.5. Now, to the user interface. They remade a lot of interface. It now feels more like intuitive, more actionable. It just looks nice. Oh, Starfield will get 2.0 update earlier than 3 years since the original release. Okay, Quest Journal now has new cleaner look. Yeah, jobs allocated in separate tabs depending on tab. The distance to each quest marker is now displayed in the journal. You can now untrack the quest. We waited for this feature 3 years. Overhaul the phone UI to be more intuitive. Phone right now, I wouldn't say it is more intuitive, but it looks much cleaner, much better, and overall it looks clean. While playing, I noticed that something changed for item tooltips, and they look much cleaner right now, like much precise. Several quest fixes if you had issues with those, stability and performance fixes. There are also some different secrets, different mini games, different stuff added to the game. You can take a look at those. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. It feels like Baldur's Gate 3 and Cyberpunk 2077 have much more in common than you think. They were both in early access for 3 years. So Cyberpunk 2077 right now, on September 26, 2023, is actually the game you have pre-ordered in 2020. So if you've been waiting for the moment when they finally fix the game so you can play it, it is now. So go on and play the game. It is fun, it is fixed for the most part, and it has a new DLC which review will be released on this channel on the next week, I hope. Thank you for watching and happy gaming. Click the like button if you like the video, leave a comment in the comment section below, and please consider subscribing to this channel if you would like to see more videos like this one.